Alright, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be, I don't know if it'll be a repair video or not, but it's definitely going to be like a show and tell testing video, at least, how to test this thing out. It's a Blitzer 8901, whatever model number. They've changed the model numbers 1,000 times on these little units. They're all the same, but it's a 1 joule, 25 mile range. I say quotation 25 miles because that's a single strand of clean fenced, high tensile, 12.5 gauge high tensile wire, pie in the sky number. When you start adding multiple strands, cross fencing, braided wire, smaller gauge wire, that mileage rating, the resistance all go way up, and the mileage rating goes right out the window. But the 1 joule output, so it's like probably like 1.5, 2 joules stored. So not a very stout unit, but for what it's designed to do, do a right job. It's a 2009 model. They still make maybe under a different brand, because Blitzer, Zareba, American Farmers, that Tractor Supply, Red Snapper, and Shock are all owned by one company. Woodstream owns those brands, and they're sold at different stores under different brands, but the guts are all the same. So, but anyways, the reason why I think this may or may not be an actual repair video is because about a little over a year ago, November or August of 2023, Woodstream as a company sent out letters nationwide to all the distributors, repair centers, stating that as of November 1st of 2023 was going to be the cutoff date where you could still get parts for them. But at November 1st, after that, all bets are off on getting parts. You cannot buy parts from them anymore. They do not offer parts from them. They'll build new ones, sell new ones, but you cannot get parts to fix them. If a unit fails under warranty, they just, as long as you can prove it to them, they just send you a brand new one under warranty. So they've gone to a throwaway mentality. So if you value your dollar and your money, I would not buy one. So why wouldn't you? Because this is probably $100-something for this little thing, for the replacement unit today. And, spend $100 or more on the thing, and these only carry a 1-year warranty too. So once that 1 year's up, if it gets hit by lightning, the 4 months past the warranty, throw it away and go and spend another $100+. So I'm not really big into throwaway. I'm not really big into not being able to fix stuff. But a lot of things built today are built to last for a little while, then quit. And there's no date code or anything in here, so I don't know how old any of the parts are. All right, before I plug it in, I'm gonna do some tests on some stuff. Then we'll plug it in. So we'll get our multimeter out. With this being 15-something year old unit, and if it's never been worked on before, well, maybe the capacitor could be weak, because it could be original. Pull that transformer out. Just looking back for anything out of the norm. Okay. We're going to unplug one wire from the capacitor just to take it out of circuit. This particular capacitor is a 7.5 microfarad capacitor. There is no polarity to it. That could be an issue. We're getting 7 nanofarads. So that's definitely a problem. Alright, now I'm going to check the primary of the transformer, because that's will keep it from not working as well. We're going to ohm across the primary, which is the input side of the transformer. Should be 0.1 to 1 ohms. 0.4, so primary is fine. I don't know what the secondary side is supposed to read. They all read differently. We're getting 12. I guess that's good. I don't know if that's good or not. Some read 4, some read 30, some read 12, some read 11. Another thing that sometimes go bad on these are these big diodes and that SCR right there. Check the diode first. That's good. And we'll check this SCR. Oops. Let's reverse our legs here. That's good. Well, might just have a back capacitor. Let's 7.5. Let me go to my capacitor. May not have this round stud mount version, but we might have a capacitor that will work. Let me go look, see what we got. All right, this is a 7.5 microfarad, 420 volt. One we're going to put on there is an 8 microfarad, 900 volt. So that's what we're going to see. Much different. It's just a different style, but it will work. It works great. Good capacitor, higher voltage capacity to it, so it ought to do a good job. So we're going to pull. This might end up being a repair video. This capacitor probably won't bad just because it's, you know, from 2009. How long ago is that? From 2024, 25 time frame. Okay, so now what we're going to do, what if we could just solder the capacitor to the board. Let's see if any of these tabs line up. Those kind of do, but it bumps into, it's a little too wide on this back side here. It bumps up against that, can't sit it right there. So I may have to might glue it down to the board and then take these wires and solder them onto the pins there. We'll back it up like that. Okay, we won't glue it yet until we know that this is gonna that this unit works. We'll take this wire and we're gonna put on. There's no, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason where the capacitor, where the wires go on the capacitor. There's not a polarity to it. You know, there's black and red. There's not a polarity to the capacitor. Strip off a little bit. Soldering iron is still warmed up, so we'll take our tin these wires, which is coating them in solder all the way through, and then we'll tin the pins, the leads on this capacitor. No, because look at the capacitor, you physically look at it. Looks fine, doesn't it? Looks like nothing wrong with it. But it's weak. Real weak. Alright, so we'll take this capacitor, we'll just lead up here, all them side by side, and solder them together. Alright, now we'll take this wire. Let's get this board. Oops. Flip it around. Right there. So if this works, we'll glue this board down to the capacitor down to the board. Now we'll take this transformer, slide it back into place, and then it has a red and black wire that go to a couple different pins here. Let's see, pin J3. That was a red wire. Down here. All right. Oh, geez, how short that freaking cord is. Someone snipped it off, probably chewed on or something. If I can get to reach over and in frame. Well, I'm going to plug it in, maybe out of frame, but you ought to be able to hear it pulsing. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. And the light's clicking. Camera's not picking it up every single time, but let's see if I can just set it right here. Take this meter and we'll zoom in here. Hook it across the terminals here. My meter's a little, I need to replace it, but it pegged it out pretty good, so you know, this is working fine. Saved one. All right, let's pick the board and everything up, keep it all together. And I want to be a little careful. Let me get my discharger out. I got a big old resistor here I've had for a number of years. It's a 300 watt, 75 ohm resistor, big old thing. But I use it to bleed the energy off the capacitors. Ooh, yeah, there's a spark on there. But this bleeds it off versus putting a screwdriver across it and hear all the loud snapping that these capacitors will do. Now, these little yellow ones have probably got a charge built up in them too, but I'm not gonna be touching those very much. But I'm gonna be touching on the capacitor some. So we'll put the capacitor like right there. And get my glue out. Actually, what I'm going to do, I don't think that glue is not going to be, it's going to be strong enough to hold it once it cures, but it's going to take a little while for the cure. That capacitor might slide around out of place. So I'm going to take this 3M double-sided foam, stick it on there, peel that off, and then we'll pull a little bead of the flex glue here stuff, just put a little bit down here. That way it doesn't come loose. This say what you will about the guy on the TV, that flex glue guy, flex tape, flex seal guy. This stuff works really good. Once you give it full 24 hours of cure time, that glue turns like a rock. And it's non-conductive and the whole bit. Little slots that this board goes in. Go. So we'll give the customer a call. Sure, they'll fix it. Pretty cheap fix for that unit. And I think I talked to him beforehand, letting him know that, hey, might be able to fix it, might not, depending on what's wrong with it. Alright, well, thanks for checking out another one of our videos on YouTube. We've got 1,000+ videos on YouTube as of 2024, 2025 time frame. Tell your friends about us. Got shit ton of videos, so you can type a brand or model in, or I'm sure we got one or more videos of that brand or model. But yeah, if you value your money, I would not buy a Blitzer, Zareba, American Farmers, that Tractor Supply, Shock, Red Snapper. I wouldn't buy any of them new unless that's all you got. But there's so many more brands and models out there, good ones. There's some cheapo crap ones too. Chinese made stuff that's coming to the market the last 3, 4, 5 years, and people are buying them things and call me up when it fails in 2, 3 years. Hey, can you fix this? I'm like, nope. Well, I'll give good money for it. How much you pay? Well, I'll pay about $90 for it. Like, yeah, it's only worth about $30. So there's no parts made for a $90 unit. But anyways, thanks for checking us out. Until next time, see you later on.